Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jay here. Thanks for checking out my channel and checking out this video called Easy Folders for Gemini. This is version 1.24, and I've been doing a lot of work on this and tweaking it and honing it in to be as most useful app as possible. And what it essentially is a way to organize your conversations within folders, as well as any conversations that you may have generated with a gem or even notebooks. All right, now Gemini doesn't offer anything like this out of the box, so I wanted to make something that would organize my conversations within folders and make it easier to access, so I don't have to scroll endlessly down, along recent conversation in the sidebar. So as you can see here, it's integrated directly into the sidebar here, and you can make it taller or shorter if needed. And you'll see that the folders here contain all of the conversations inside them, and they can be drag and dropped and moved to different locations here, as well as the conversations within folders can also be moved up or down. So it's very customizable and flexible that way. All right, now let's cover the basics of using easy folders for Gemini. All right, so it's a pretty intuitive extension overall, but it's probably helpful to go through what some of these things do. So, of course, you can click this little three dots here. It's the main menu, and this gives you the option to create a new folder. Like we wanted to create one called, I don't know, test. You could change the folder color if you want, make it red, make the font, something lighter, whatever the case may be. You have full control over the color of the folder and the font. That adds your folder down here. All right. And like I said before, you can drag and drop. You can even drag and drop between folders. So if I wanted to move this one down here, there you go. It automatically moves here. All right. Next on this is the bulk add gem conversations, which I'm going to cover in a bit. That's probably the most powerful part of this app, especially if you're just using it for the first time. Purge deleted conversations. That just goes through and checks all your folders, see if there's any conversations that are still listed there that have been deleted from recent. So it kind of clears that out. Prompt manager, again, another pro feature that'll be very powerful as well. We have the ability to toggle the light or dark theme, but I'm probably going to remove that feature from here because it can be changed down here. Settings. Export folders. So if you want to have a backup of all your folders with the conversations or even notebooks in their conversations, you can export that, save it to a file, and re-import it later. That way, if you accidentally deleted something or your browser crashed and you lost your, all your extensions, you can reload them in there. Here, if you're not a pro member, you'll have the ability to click this to add your key that you purchased. When you first load the app for the very first time, there'll be an introductory tutorial which kind of goes through some of the basics of this app, what it offers and what it can do. And last but not least, if you click About Support, this will bring up the support page here, which has all the features and functionality, instructions, troubleshooting, etc. You can even contact me here if you have any questions or suggestions, feedback, or issues with the app. This will be updated to 1.24 by the time this video is released. And of course, you'll have the ability to upgrade to Pro from here. It's only $19.99 and it gives you some pretty powerful features and functionality. All right, so next is managing your folders. Okay, so as I said, you can drag and drop these and reorder them as you want. But if you click on the context menu here for the folder, you'll see the options you have. You could start a new chat in the gem. You can edit the gem itself. You can sort the conversations ascending or descending by the date or the alphabetical. You could add subfolders, which we'll discuss in a bit. Edit the folder, which you could change the title, font color, or the folder color here. You can also delete the folder if you no longer need it, but of course you're going to get a prompt saying, you're going to lose everything that's in that folder. But if you did an export, you'll have a backup. All right. Next up is managing conversations within folders. So you can expand your folder by clicking this little chevron here, and you'll see all of the conversations that are in that folder. And you can actually click on the context menu here, three dots, and see what options are there. You can pin things to the top so they're always there. You can edit the title of these if you want. You can remove from folder, which will only remove the conversation from the folder. It won't actually delete it from the recents, but you can also delete conversation. And what that does is it actually triggers, it finds it down here in your recents, clicks the context menu for Gemini, and then selects delete, presents the modal so you can select delete. And then it will delete it from the recents and it will delete it from your folder. Pretty powerful feature there. All right, this next feature is a pro version feature, and it's called subfolders. And within a folder, you can actually create subfolders. So just click this menu for the folder, click add subfolder. Let's call this work related. You could have as many subfolders as you want. And in this case, I have like 27 items. So maybe I want to, further subdivide them. So maybe work related stuff I can, drag and drop to the work related folder. And I can drag and drop and move things around, reorder them within the subfolder. And it tells you the sub count as well for the folder. And of course, just like a regular folder, a subfolder does have a context menu. You can rename it, you can delete it, which will of course delete anything, remove, not delete any of the conversations from the folders, still in your recents, of course. And then the conversations themselves, you do have the ability, same as a regular folder, to pin, edit the title, remove from the subfolder, or delete the conversation altogether. And last but not least, you can actually drag things out of a subfolder back up to the main folder itself. All right, this next feature is pretty simple but very powerful, and it allows you to search through all your folders and conversations. So let's say I want to say everything about, Linux that I've, sent prompts for in the past. And here you can see throughout all the folders where Linux is in the title, including subfolders. All right, this next one is one of my favorite features of Easy Folders for Gemini, and it's very powerful. It's probably unique to this app as well. I have not seen it done anywhere else. And this one is the ability to create a gem from a folder and have it automatically added to that folder as well after it's generated. So what happens is, let's say I want to go to general chat and I want to start a new gem in this chat. Let's do that. And just let's say test. Hit enter, wait for Gemini to generate. And you'll notice down here that it's just added the title and it waits for it to generate the title before adding it to the folder. So now that it sees that the title has been generated, boom, there you see System Online, ready for anything, has been added to the folder right here. So there you have it. And that's probably the most powerful part, but it gets even better than that. Let's say you're a brand new user, you haven't built out your folders yet, and you want to scan everything that's in your recents, have it create the folders and add the conversations to those folders for you. Well, I got you covered there as well. Just click the menu here and click bulk add gem conversations. And this part will take a while, but it's worth it. So let's do that now. What it's going to do is scroll down your recent conversations all the way to the bottom. You'll notice the top right hand corner, loading recent conversations and how many it's found. So let's let it do its thing. I got 251. Of course, I've been using this and abusing this for far too long, as you can tell. So it does its thing. It's spinning, it's thinking, and boom, you'll see, again, an explanation of why is it taking so long. Well, because of the way Gemini has built it out, they don't provide the gem folder names in the sidebar. So we have to briefly open each conversation in a tab to figure out which gem the conversation belongs to. It pulls the ID, matches it to the one that's in the sidebar, and then it's going to create your folder structure. All right, let's skip remaining for now. And you can see here that I guess there are some that I've done since the last time I ran this. So you'll see exactly which folder the gem should belong to. And if the folder doesn't exist already, it'll create it for you. So I have this little debugger thing here. I didn't get rid of it. I'm probably going to retitle it. Probably not going to keep the word debugger, but I use it just to make sure it was capturing everything. And it does a pretty fantastic job at going through the entire list, matching everything up to the gems that it belongs to. You're going to add it to folders. Boom, there it goes. Probably the most powerful feature, and it's absolutely free, but if you have more than 3 folders, you will have to upgrade to Pro. All right, this next feature is a pro feature. It's called Prompt Manager. And what that is, it's a place where you can store all your favorite prompts and easily access them in Ask a Gemini here. So to get there, just click the main menu, click Prompt Manager, and you'll see I don't have anything here now, but it's very simple to add. Just click New Prompt, give it a title, give it a code name, which you can use an @ symbol to invoke, and then a prompt body. But let's say, you want some inspiration on prompts. Well, I got you covered there too, because you can click Find Prompts on Prompt Lodge. That'll open a new tab to promptlodge.online, another site that I built. It's just a place to store all your favorite prompts. It's like a crowdsourced prompt manager, if you will. So we have some generic ones I added here. Let's say we want explain it like I'm 5. Just click Add Easy Folders. That pulls that prompt right in here for you. And you can just go like this, @simplify. And then hit enter or space, and there you go. It pulls in that prompt for you. All you got to do is change a topic for this one, hit send, you're off to the races. And of course, you can manage them by going back to Prompt Manager. You could pin the ones that are your favorite to the top. You can delete what you don't want. You can search. and you can click here to edit them. Let's say I want this to be ELI5 instead. I can invoke it that way. I can export them and import them just like folders as well. All right, this last feature is a pro feature as well, and it's very similar to Easy Folders proper, if you will, where outside of it, I also built this functionality where you can click this little chevron here, and any conversation you've had with a notebook will also show up onto here. And you'll see here that there's a little counter here, how many conversations are in it. You can click it and you can either sort it descending or ascending for date or alphabetically, or you can also add subfolders as well. So again, it works the same exact way as the regular folders proper here. And of course, you have the ability to pin conversations, edit titles, remove from folder, which again just removes it from the folder, not the actual notebook, or you can delete conversation and it will remove it from the actual notebook. So again, a pro feature here, just another convenient way to manage notebooks. All right, and there you have it. Now, this hasn't been an exhaustive list of all the features and functionality of the app, but it's the basics. But of course, you can go to easyfolders.online and you can go through the documentation here to get more instructions and more information about all the features, functionality. And of course, if you have any issues with the app or questions, concerns, constructive criticism or feature requests, just click here to contact me and fill out this form here and I'll respond as soon as I can. And of course, if you think this app is useful to you, you have two options. Either donate, and that can be like $1 or $5 if you just trying to, give me a cup of coffee for your appreciation, or if you want to upgrade to Pro, you click here for Pro tier and see exactly what that comes with. And it's worth it because it's a one-time fee of $19.99. Unlike fast folders, I think they charge like an annual or some kind of monthly fee for it. I ain't got to do that. $19.99, you get access for 3 devices in perpetuity. So there you have it, folks. That's Easy Folders for Gemini. Thank you for watching.